When I was a little kid, I always used to feel like if I could just find my one talent, then I would be so happy and have an amazing career. But things haven't really worked out that way for me. I ended up going to law school, which I loved, and so by day I am a lawyer. I work in securities regulation as in-house counsel. But what I also found out is that I also have different passions. So I also founded a YouTube channel that focuses on fashion for women who work. And I absolutely adore creating content for that. And then I also realized one of my childhood dreams, which was to found a jewelry line. So it's funny looking back because I used to watch those cartoons every Saturday morning and feel like if I could find that one talent, then that would define my career. But what I figured out is that diversifying would end up being super important because it would allow me to express different sides of my personality and different passions of mine. And so I just want to encourage everyone here to never give up on any of the things that you enjoy. So I'm still doing that today, and it's taken me in some interesting directions.
Yeah, I actually really agree with that because, like Eleanor, I also went to law school. I'm SFU alumni, so I'm one of those people, kind of like you, that has a lot of interest and had trouble channeling that creativity into like focus. So I did my undergrad in psych, thinking I was going to be a psychologist, but always wanted to go to law school. So I went to law school, came back. In my final year of law school, founded the business that I'm now running.
I think I fell into it because I love to read, and if you're going to go to law school, you're going to read a lot of cases, and I found those really interesting to read. However, most people told me that I should be a lawyer because I was good at arguing. So just, that was the message I was getting. But after that, when I ended up graduating, I went home and was waiting for my traineeship to start, which accountants articling. And I was so bored. I just felt like a bit of a loose end. I didn't really know exactly if I would end up loving private practice, and I had absolutely loved my time at university, but sometimes finishing that can feel a little bit bittersweet. And I just loved watching YouTube videos. You know, it was a real growth spurt in the YouTube beauty and fashion sort of sphere, and I was watching all of these videos, but all of them really focused on very casual clothing, none of which I could really see myself wearing to work, especially in the more business formal environment I was going to be working in. So I started this channel, and actually at first it was mainly focused on makeup because that was just kind of what I liked watching and what I was learning a lot about through YouTube. So that's what my channel started with. But then it's funny because sometimes life just kind of takes you in these directions that are unexpected, but are just sometimes for practicality at first. So what happened with me is I started my job and I was working sometimes overnight, just crazy hours, doing my training, and I was in litigation at the time. So I was dressing pretty formally, and I had absolutely no time to create content for my YouTube channel, but I didn't want to give up on it because I really loved it. And I think even if you're really busy, you'll find time for the things that really matter to you. So that's exactly what I did, and I kept creating content for it, but I just created the content that was easiest for me to make, which was literally just showing people what I was wearing every single day, Monday to Friday. So I would just pull out my camera and I would film myself in my tiny apartment in this kind of like grimy, crappy mirror with horrible lighting, and show people my suit for the day and what I actually wore to work. And there weren't really many people doing that at the time, and I think it drew a lot of like-minded women to my channel. And to this day, I just really appreciate that base because it just feels like a real community. And I really enjoyed growing that, and I want to keep doing that. But it's interesting because it really melded with my full-time job in a way that I did not expect. So I think sometimes you have to be up for that journey and kind of take the opportunities as they come, because they'll be some of the most exciting ones that you'll come across. And my girlfriends tease me about this all the time. They're just like, what are you doing? You already work so hard, you have a full-time job, you're teaching, and you have a YouTube channel, and on top of that, you're starting a small business, and you're making all this stuff yourself? And they're just like, why are you so crazy? But My answer to that is always really easy, which is that it doesn't feel like work. And if it did, then I wouldn't do it. So it really is my hobby that I turned into a business. And if I weren't doing that, I would just be like watching Netflix doing nothing. And I think it is a personality thing of mine that I'm easily bored. And so I like to create, and I've always been like that. So everyone is different, that's just what I enjoy. But I always really kind of have a bit of a think when I get those questions, like, why don't I just sit on the couch and just watch Netflix instead of working on my business every night and every single weekend, making more and more orders myself? But the answer is that I find it actually incredibly relaxing. It is just my way of relaxing. So if you find things like that that are fun for you, it can be a really amazing personal journey because you can end up making money through it, you can end up creating expertise for yourself, making connections, whatever that might be in the field that you're in. But if you happen to be like me and you're also working full time, then I think the secret to it is to find something that will not feel like work. It has to feel easy. Because then it will just be a part of your life and you will make time for it almost magically. I just believe that it will work out because if you are really enjoying something, then it will fill all the little gaps of time where you wouldn't really be doing anything otherwise. You know, like in the morning when you have those extra 15 minutes, you'll just be like packaging orders. That's what I'm doing in the morning often. And you know, really kind of making use of that time in a smart way.